today we're in the office at Beath Trust with our headline act for the chapel gigs. So this is us, Beath Trust, introducing to you the Minority Rule. So guys, introduce yourselves.
I'm Gregor, I'm the bassist.
I'm Leona, I'm the drummer.
I'm Nick and I sing.
Cool, so we're going to kick off this interview in style. What does your band name mean and where did it come from?
Minority Rule. It's always been, I think it's one of those names you can take something different from it, and we all definitely do. So for me it's always been about, there's a lot of people who are sidelined to society and kind of forgotten about, and I feel it's kind of time for those people to start fighting back and start having their voices put out. So that we all kind of, I think we all kind of felt that was us. So we kind of took our opportunity to write our stories and say what we wanted to say and feel good about it and want people to listen to it, instead of just having to sit back and have other people tell us how to feel.
For me it's more a political thing. Like in this day and age, there's a really small percentage of the population control a lot of the wealth and therefore power. So it's a more like literal sense. Like the minority of the population do actually rule the country, like they're in control of everything. So it's more about that.
Yeah, my kind of interpretation of it is that it's more of a music kind of term, because you've got the pop industry, which is all the mainstream, and then you've got the itty-grittiness, which is us, and we're the minority.
Yeah.
And that's
Cool, so what you're saying is you're the minority,
sort of.
but you still
Yeah.
rule.
Of
Of
course.
course.
Always.
That's what I like to hear.
Always.
So you's been a band, playing music, listening to music. What new music do yous like?
I'd say for myself, Slaves and Wolf Alice I'm really enjoying listening to at the moment, because it's just new, it's good, familiar to stuff that I've listened to in the past, but it's new enough that it's not all the same.
Yeah, definitely Slaves for me, because like they have the same kind of influences as us in that later. So it's good to see a young band that have the same kind of influences as people like ourselves actually making it, because they went platinum on their first album, so it's good to see stuff like that happen.
Yeah.
I like this scene. It's like sort of Scandinavian. It's along there. So bands like Reckless Love. It's like sort of like glam rock sort of bands, and that's I know you from there. So I like that kind of music.
So there's a range, there's a diversity,
Yeah.
there's definitely different styles there.
Yeah, it's always been like that though, because I don't know if it was a deliberate decision when we were taking in members, but we knew we didn't want to play with people who were just all of us, all like the same bands. We all like similar bands, so we do like a lot of the same bands, but it's, if you all like just this one same band, you're just going to copy that band. So to have different influences makes your songs more interesting. So I think it's always been that way. We all like different stuff and we all appreciate that we like different stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool, so as a band, you will have musical icons or influences. Maybe that's as a band together or individual. So could we maybe get some of your ideas and who you like at the moment?
This is a tricky one.
Yeah, for icons, I definitely said the first ever icons that I grew up listening to would be Queen, Freddie Mercury, definitely, just from my young age. You know, when you're young, you're not really looking into the themes of a song. You're not looking into political message or anything. You just, I liked Queen because I saw this guy on stage, and he managed to control thousands of people with just himself, you know. So seeing that from a young age, that's what kind of got me interested in singing, was seeing some one man control all these people and have the attention on them just through his voice and how he was moving on stage. That's really how I got into music.
So then that's basically not just a singer but an entertainer in the same right?
Yeah, because I think it goes hand in hand, because if you're going to be a front man, front person or anything, it's part and parcel with it. If you can have the voice and everything, but if your performance isn't up to it, it's just not going to carry it off, because you need to give people a good show. When you're playing live, it's the most important thing a band can do is to play live, so people have paid money, they deserve to get a good show. That's something we've always taken into
Yeah, that's
consideration.
For me, I'm into a lot of the old punk stuff, the ska stuff, just
Ska,
from like growing up listening to it, because that's what my mum and dad were into. Stuff like the psychobilly scene as well, like the Meteors, bands like that. And really getting into the American like hardcore punk scene, like Black Flag and Descendants and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a lot of the older stuff, but yeah, that's what I'm into.
Yep.
What about you?
Icons. Try to think. I've got that many. I think for me, live-wise, and just in general, Motley Crue. I'm not as far out and glammy as them, but definitely live performance. I'm always like, when are we going to get the flamethrowers? Fire.
Well, I've got a light.
Yeah, lighter will do. But yeah, definitely Motley Crue, I would say, for me.
Cool. So, what advice would you give to people who are wanting to form their own bands?
Do it. Just go out and
Just
Yeah.
join a band.
Play where you can.
Play with people, because the more you play with other people, the more experience you get with it, and play as many gigs as possible. Another great thing is the Band Factory that the Beef Trust do. Is a great way to get like experience and playing with bands and
That was
that.
our first gig.
And you also have like people like supervising, and like they can help you and give you tips and stuff like that. So it's a great way to like start getting into bands, and you meet a lot of people. Like for example, that's how we met Leona for the first
Yeah.
time. We were like taking part in the Band Factory, and Leona was in one of the other bands, and then afterwards we contacted her to see if she would play for us.
And here you are.
She's just stuck. So
And I'm right here.
Yeah, I definitely think going along not only to things like the Band Factory was definitely a good place to go to, but like just go to gigs, you know. See local gigs, you know, go and see other bands, see how they work and like hear their stories, get to know people,
Practice.
practice wherever you can. For the Band Factory thing, we played in the gym, you know, and we started off in a church. So like people, I think a lot of people use it because we've got nowhere to practice, no money to practice anymore. It doesn't matter, you know. Even if you're sitting in your bedroom with an acoustic guitar or anything, 2 people with acoustic guitars and sitting jamming and everything, that's the start, because you got to start somewhere.
And you can even like study music, because that's what
Yeah.
me and you and
Yeah.
Dad do. You know.
Study, you know,
Study.
anything,
As weird as that sounds, you know.
learn the trade,
Yeah, get into it. Best way.
absorb it.
Yes.
All good answers. Very, very good answers. So, you were talking about gigs then? Do as many gigs as you can, is what you said. But what's the craziest thing that's happened to you whilst gigging?
Where do we start?
Well, you fell off the stage
I
once.
fell off the stage twice.
Twice.
I fell in the stage once. Because remember at Ivy Black, so it was like 2 platforms, and then whilst I was singing I slipped and my leg just kind of went like that. And then Rebellion down south in Blackpool, I jumped off the stage, and there was like a loose bit of carpet, and I slipped in that mid lyric, and busted my leg up. And then it didn't start hurting until later on, and I pretty much started screaming in a sea of people. But I think definitely as a band, Aberdeen has to take that spot.
We were supposed to be staying at the promoter's house, but him and his missus fell out, and we had nowhere to go.
We were homeless
So,
almost.
Basically, just 2 random folk that we'd met at the gig took us in,
They had pet
and
rats.
they had pet rats, which was a bit weird. So they took us in, and we ended up sleeping on their floor because
People-
we had nowhere else to go.
And then whilst we were playing the gig, we went on, I remember specifically, at midnight we went on, and by this point everyone had been drinking since about 5.
Yeah.
So
Everyone
this-
was hammered.
Yeah, no one could, they could barely see, you know. And then we go on, and I got vodka thrown in my eye, someone stole the mic off me, someone pretty much shoved a bottle down Gregor's throat. There was people invading the stage, you know, like, it was one of those
just
gigs
mental.
that in hindsight was brilliant, that at the
But
time was a
at the
nightmare.
time it was horrendous.
I loved it.
It
It
was,
sounds
Yeah.
wild.
but
well-
like, we kind of earned our wings after that. I think it toughened us up a lot, because now
It-
anything that happens,
it
we're just like,
definitely
doesn't
does.
matter.
Well, I can promise you chapel gigs is going to be nowhere near as wild as that, guys. I can assure you that.
That's fine then.
So, Where do you guys envision yourselves being in 5 years' time as a band?
I don't know. I don't think that far ahead. That's Mark's job, our manager. We just kind of
We
hope
tend
that
to-
we don't do anything stupid the next day.
We tend to just look at the next gigs and like try and build up,
Yeah.
like
Step by step.
focus on
See how it goes.
things step by step. Like
Mm.
long-term plans is in the music scene. It's really hard to make long-term plans because you never know who you're going to meet. You never know what opportunities you're going to get.
Yeah.
So it's more about taking things like
As
every
comes.
opportunity you can. and
Anything
see
can
what
happen at any
happens.
gig.
Yeah.
You know, like we played teeny gigs, you know, where there's been like 2 people there, and then that's been a brilliant gig for us, and we got so much out of it. And we played big gigs with hundreds of people there, and it's just a great gig at the time. But
Yeah.
you know, you don't know. It's an industry where your tomorrow's never guaranteed.
Yeah.
So we just kind of we're enjoying the bit of success that we're having at the moment. So we kind of hope it goes further. You know, we love what we do.
So you're saying hope. So
Yeah.
that's a different question altogether. Where would you hope to be in 5 years' time as a band?
Oh, you know, just the classic wee thing of all dictatorship.
Couple of albums.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say that.
I'd like an
Definitely
album.
a few albums.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'd like
Yeah.
to get to new places that I haven't seen. You know,
Yeah.
because that is kind of one of the good things about getting a bit more successful and
Yeah,
everything. Like
it's great.
Be able to-
I'd never seen Blackpool before, so
I'd love to be able to like travel with the band as
Yeah.
well. Like,
So basically like the Minority Rail tour.
yeah.
Yeah,
Where
I'd
do you
like-
hope to be in 5 years' time?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
a
that's
good
gonna
answer.
happen well sooner.
yeah, like I think I don't know. I never think about this kind of stuff. I never think this far
Yeah.
ahead. I don't know. Recording pretty much the same thing on a bigger scale.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah,
Good
that's what I
answers.
think we're always hoping for. We just keep going. You know, keep fighting on.
So do you guys write your own songs?
Indeed,
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah.
You do? So what's the process? How does the creative process start?
Most often, Nick will come up with a kind of idea for a song, and he'll bring it into a practice, and we'll all like add our own
Wee bits. of-
wee bits into
Style
it,
to
and
it.
like build it up until we've got something we're all happy with, and then practice that until it's gig ready.
Yeah, one of us will come in with a draft of a song, really.
Mm.
Like I'll, for example, bring in this wee thing and I'll play it acoustically, and then it's funny how different the finished product is. Because
Yeah.
from that main stage, that beginning stage to then the end, the song completely changes. Sometimes everything's changed, the lyrics, everything have changed. So yeah, one of us brings it in, then the rest of us blow it up into TMR until we're happy with it.
Mhm.
Cool. So how would you define the words musical success?
If people are hearing your stuff and they're enjoying it, and you're able to go and play places and like if you're having positive influences on people's
Yeah,
lives,
That's
that's,
something I've always liked.
that's successful. Do you know what I mean?
But it's different to each person, isn't it? Because for
Yeah.
one person it might be, you know, starting a movement. To another person it might just be able to do music full time. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think, yeah, I'd like to be able to, you know, when you start affecting, because that for music for me has always affected my life, you know, in a positive way. Because if it's not in a positive way, you shouldn't do it. But to affect people positively and, you know, do it full time, you know, that would be good for me. Because, you know, what else am I gonna do?
So how would you describe your style, your music style?
I don't think there's like a specific
changes day to
genre.
day.
I don't think there's a specific genre to describe it
Uh-huh.
because we've got so many influences. It's like constantly changing. Like sometimes we'll write a song that's like quite heavy, and then the next week it will be quite acoustic.
Yeah.
Like,
I think-
weird.
Definitely with the new year coming in, we've branched out a lot more.
Definitely changed.
Yeah.
We've embraced a lot more of each other's styles rather than just going to our own personal style. We'll look at the other person's influence and draw on that.
Mhm.
So, but at the end of the day, it's rock. You know.
Hard rock.
Good old fashioned rock and roll.
That's a
Gotta
lot
love
of
it, haven't you?
slash and punk.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Whatever we're feeling like in the day.
Cool, great. So this is probably a question not for you as a band, but as individuals. What is your favourite song of all time?
That's
Someone else go first.
See, That's a hard question.
And that changes
So
from time to time as
it
well.
does. My favourite song changes
'Cause
all the time.
I'll have one, and the next day I'll discover a new band, and then that'll be them.
I think mine's could be a high rank Hysteria by Def Leppard.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of the song that's had the most effect on me.
Okay.
Come back in 5 minutes. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I'd have to have like a
There's so
top
many
20
songs
list.
that like I love, so I can't actually choose a specific one. Like
Can I
it's
say
so-
an album?
Yeah,
An album for me, probably American Idiot by Green Day was the first album that really affected me, because it was the first. It was how I slowly got into punk. You know, it's my kind of introduction to it. So I'd say American Idiot by Green Day was a really big influence on me when I was young.
I'd probably say Dookie by Green Day was probably my favourite.
Oh, I want to say that as well.
kid.
Damn it!
Because like mum and dad were into it, so like
Mhm.
that's kind of what got me into the punky stuff as well. But when I was like
It's like a Green Day band
The
now.
punky stuff.
when I was pure young, like it's catchy, but
Aye.
it's not too heavy, so it's like just introducing into the heavier stuff. So that's what got me to where I am
Yeah.
today.
So since we've got the minority rule in the office, we thought we'd play a game. We're going to play the minority rule, play Build a Punk. So we've got some people there. So what we're going to do is someone's going to do the head, someone's going to do the body, and someone's going to do the legs.
Right.
On you go. Build your own punk.
Right, who's doing what?
I'll do the heat.
Yeah. The body and I'll do the legs. See, I got banned from art, so this isn't a good idea.
Build a Punk.
This isn't going to go well. Right, his legs are going to be massive, I've just decided.
Oh, it's like a shark.
He's got really tiny feet apparently.
Oh wait, if I have to use this book.
Ah, messed it up. Nah, mate.
Nah.
Nah, mate. Right, I don't. This might end up looking inappropriate if I was about to do what I was going to do.
What have I done? I don't know what to do anymore. It's just
Mine looks well weird.
Yours looks weird. Not pen spells funny.
The eyes are squint.
Right, so I'm going to give you an extra 60 seconds because you've got 60
Oh, we've
oh,
got a
seconds.
time
we've got a time limit.
Mine has a square crotch. Help.
I don't know.
I didn't know we had a time limit. You didn't tell us that. Alright, speed draw, speed draw.
Speed draw?
Speed draw. It's a thing.
Draw.
Right, his legs are different shapes.
His hair's squinting on the centre of his head. Come on.
What's a good band?
A good band, I think you should be saying that's the minority rule.
That's
Leona.
what I'm drawing. Bit of wee extra promo.
Okay, so you're down to the last 10 seconds.
I didn't know we had a time limit. I was taking my time. I was enjoying myself.
10,
Ah,
9,
Christ.
8,
He's got. What's wrong with his crotch?
What's wrong with
7,
Mine's just.
6,
Mine's horrendous.
5, 4,
Oh.
3, 2, 1. Pens down.
I'll do.
The heat squint.
Oh, yours
that-
is good.
Yours
So that was
looks
Build
like
a Punk
you.
with the minority
I
rule.
hope I don't look like this.
You just drew yourself.
Yeah, basically.
So how did you find that?
Oh, I didn't know we had a time
My
limit.
heart's racing.
Yeah,
So much exercise.
There's a reason I did music, not art.
Yeah, same.
Practice.
Does it?
so the minority rule built their own punk,
Apparently.
and this is what it looks like. So if you've got a name for your punk,
Gary.
I want Bob.
I want to
I'm
call him
writing Bob,
Gandalf.
right? I'm writing Bob.
Gandalf.
go.
Bob.
And there's 2 capital B's, I don't know why.
Because that's how puns work. Kids leave the room.
So guys, you just played the last Beer Fest and you were a hit. It was a massive success. What's your thoughts and how you feeling about playing Chapel Gig?
Excited, aye.
Yeah, brilliant.
If it's anything like the beef one,
Beer festival.
the beer
yes.
festival, there
There
we
you
go. Then
Yeah, it should be great because we played the beer festival twice now,
Yeah.
and the first time was only our 3rd gig, I think.
Ever.
Yeah,
well,
3rd
I
gig
wasn't
ever.
in the band.
And you weren't in the band.
Yeah.
It was our last gig with our former drummer. And so yeah, when we went back last year, it was a weird moment. It was like a fresh start. It was a weird
Yeah.
moment being back there because we'd changed so much and we got so much more experience, you know. So the result we had was amazing. So to kind of playing with these guys again is really exciting because we've never, because the band started in a chapel really. We started playing in a church because we didn't know where else to play. So I'm really excited, yeah.
Aye. It's going to be good to work with the Trust again for gigs and that. So.
Because we've done, the Beef Trust have helped us out a lot and we've worked with them in so many different things, so it's good to be doing it again.
We wouldn't be here if it.
No, because they gave us our first couple of gigs, yeah. So it's nice to keep coming back at certain points as we've grown as a band because they've helped us out so much. So I'm really excited.
Yep, definitely. We're excited to see you grow as a band and hopefully we'll continue to work together. So
Indeed.
thanks for coming along. Thanks for interviewing.
Thanks for having us.
See ya.
Cheers.
Bye.